Hey, this is Mark Rodriguez, and you're watching another episode of the Review Sanctum, where everything and anything may be reviewed. Now this time we're taking that motto very literal, because we're not talking about a TV show or a movie, no. This time we're reviewing an actual experience, an event that took place this recent Halloween. Now, for those of you that have never been to Las Vegas, Nevada, we got a big hotel called the Circus Cirus, and it's got this big indoor amusement park section that they call the Adventure Dome, full of like roller coasters, laser tag, and all kinds of arcade games, all that cool stuff. But every Halloween they rebuild that into the Fright Dome, where it's full of horror houses and killer clowns from hell and all that scary, creepy stuff. But this time in particular, they got a horror house based on Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, for those of you that have somehow never heard of the game, which I kind of don't know how, it's all over YouTube, and you guys are watching this on YouTube. Basically, it's an independent survivor horror game, basically a point-and-click game, where you play as a security guard working after hours in a Chuck E. Cheese wannabe-style pizzeria. The only problem is that animatronic characters, Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, and Chica, come alive at night and they're after you. And the only thing you can do is check the security cameras and see how close or how far they are from you, as well as checking the doors and the windows. You work at midnight and you gotta survive till 6 a.m. before they kill you. Now, from the pictures and videos that I've seen, they've done an amazing job of bringing Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to life. It's like if this thing actually existed in the real world, this is like as close as you could possibly get to having it. They copy like the showroom with the animatronics just turned off there on stage. They got Foxy's Pirate Cove there. They got the prize corner with all the arcades and stuff. They got the actual security guard room where you play in the game, where you're watching the cameras with a little fan there in the corner. Like they got like the very every detail, like if this thing actually existed, this actually takes you there. But one thing about this though is that even though I've seen videos of people talking about their expectations of it, or some people somehow got the permission to film the place when it's close to the public, because you can't really film. They don't let you film these things when it's actually in motion, and it's so dark anyways that it wouldn't look good anyways. But despite all that, I have not seen not one video, unless you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not seen not one video or vlog or anything of anyone talking about what it was like to actually be there. Like was it good? Did it suck? What, And I'm actually surprised that none of these big name YouTubers that are all about Freddy and stuff have gone to see it. I'm surprised that Markiplier didn't book the first flight to Vegas to go check it out in person or whatever, So, right now, thanks to my brother Johnny, we actually got someone that was in the Vegas area during that time. He actually went to the Five Nights at Freddy's house, and he's going to tell us his personal experience and his personal review of what it was like to be in the Five Nights at Freddy's house. So take it away, Johnny. Who did you bring for us?
Finally, an episode of the Review Sanctum that people will actually watch because I'm in it.
No. Anyone but you. No. Just no. Johnny, could you find anyone else besides Len Moore to do this for us?
Sorry, bro. Moore was the only one available that went to the Freddy's horror house.
Well, you were in the Vegas area when this was taking place. Why didn't you go?
I'm not gonna waste money on that crap. That's more your thing.
Fine. I guess Len Moore has to do it, but the Review Sanctum does not suck.
Yeah, right. Your whole channel sucks.
Why, you little... If you were here right now, I swear I would...
Okay, guys, really, just calm down and do the review.
Okay, you got a point. This is about Freddy. It's not about our rivalry. Okay. So, Moore, please tell us what it was like to be in the Five Nights at Freddy's horror house.
Alright, to say that I was not impressed is an understatement. The whole line was over an hour long, and it was the only thing I was able to do, basically, when I went to the Fright Dome. And then, once you get in there, you're supposed to follow your security guard guide through the pizzeria. Now, granted, the fact that they were able to make the whole first game pizzeria in such a small space that they usually just use for actual, events and parties, it's really impressive. The only downside is you are rushed through them. You don't really get to enjoy the sights at all. You're basically being told to, follow the security guard that's running around. You don't get to take it all in. You're like, oh, that looks familiar. Oh, look, gotta run. Otherwise, I'm left behind. There was no point to it in a lot. And the worst part is, if you're right behind another tour, or if you're in the back of your own tour, they already popped out. Whoever's dressed up like the mannequins popped out already, and well, now there was no scare to it. You see them right there just getting back into position. There's a few people wearing morph suits that have like lights and like different sounds, like just to make it frightening, but once you get close, you see them, it kind of ruins it. But I guess that can't be helped. It is still supposed to be, you know, a haunted house type adventure following thing. But yeah, without the ability to actually be able to stay and look at everything, there's no point. And if the actor already came out and spooked everybody, there's no point. There's this one part where you're going through a bunch of checkerboard, like, I don't know what to call them, like separation, like, I don't know what to call them, but it, and the lights are flashing all over, it makes it really confusing and disorienting. That's kind of cool, but once again, you're supposed to be chasing right after everyone, so don't get lost. You don't want to accidentally hit, like, just a wall. Well, I'm sure they weren't actual walls. Maybe some of them were, but like the sheets that were checkerboarded. Also, a little weird thing was, for right at the end they had the puppet, and I found that weird since the whole thing was just supposed to be the FNAF 1 characters, I guess. Don't know what to call them, animatronics, and to suddenly have the puppet was really jarring. And the worst part is, we had already, when we came out, he was already out, so he was getting back in, and I was just like, okay. So yeah, it could have been better. Like, if you're not being rushed, if they had a nice, good timing, just walking, maybe even if they had the guard like interact with it a little, then it would be fun. But all in all, it was a waste of my time, especially to only go in there for like, I'm guessing 5 minutes, 10 at the most, and having to be in line for, I think I was in line for 1 hour and 45 minutes. Not impressed, and not getting scared because, once again, they've already popped out. It would be like watching a Let's Play of every time that it's already the game over screen. Like, not even when they pop out, just, oh, there they are, game over. It was a waste.
Wow, so I guess it wasn't that impressive, huh?
Yeah, even Pikachu was not impressed, and she's a lot easier to scare. I've done it. And she personally said I probably should have checked out the Clowns one, but the only reason I had gone is to check out the FNAF one. So, and it was the only thing I was able to do because of that whole waste. The place is only open for 5 hours. Take in consideration that you have to be in line for at least an hour and a half. That's 1/4 of the whole time there. And we tried to get on one of the rides, and right when we were about to get on, it closed down. There was no point. We only got to see the haunted house, and it was not worth it.
Oh man, dude, are you serious? I mean, this is the kind of thing I've been waiting for all my life. And honestly speaking, like if I was there, like, I don't even know how much the tickets cost, but I would have paid, like, I don't care how much it would have cost. I would have paid for it, and I would have been in line. Like, I don't care if it was an hour and a half or whatever. I would have been in line waiting for all that. So that's it's kind of a letdown. So more like, what would you recommend? Like what would you say would have helped improve this? What would have made this better?
If you want to make the haunted house better, give people time to walk through it. I mean, yeah, you should be in a little bit of a rush to build that suspense, but not so much where the suspense is just trying to keep up with everyone in front of you. It just makes it annoying. And give your actors time to reset. It's basic. I don't know how they didn't have that ready. I mean, maybe it's just because of the amount of people that were there, just making them have to rush. But if you're not ready for it, then don't do it. I'd rather wait longer to actually have fun than waiting all that time just so I can go, well, that looked nice.
Wow, so I guess this wraps up the episode of the review Sanctum. Not exactly what I was expecting. I mean, the only advantage here, I guess, assuming that this game is still popular enough by next year's Halloween, maybe they'll learn from this and make it even better, like make it more awesome and stuff. Have any of you people actually been to this place? Have any of you people actually experienced this? Can you please put your comments below? Any thoughts? Maybe you guys were also in the Vegas area, or maybe some of the die-hard FNAF fans actually went to Vegas for this. There's always a possibility that maybe that particular night was just a very busy, hectic night. Maybe they did better the following nights. I don't know how many, I don't know how long this was open. I assume a day or so after Halloween they have to shut everything down and make it back to the Adventure Dome again. But, what can I say? Here's hoping that maybe next time you do it better. Maybe they learn from their mistakes. I do hope they bring it back, because it is a great idea. I mean, just the detail is so fucking amazing that, I mean, they just gotta try again and do it better, because they can't just let this go. It's just, they just paid way too much attention to detail to just, fuck it up like this, you know? So anyways, guys, this is Mark Rodriguez for the Review Sanctum.
And I'm Landmore, and I haven't posted a video in years, but my channel's still way better than this one. Bye.
Damn it, More, I'm gonna rip you apart!